Hey everybody, welcome to day 4 of our Sommer Sew-a-long. Today you'll need your bodice pieces, your back neckline pieces, and then the neckline ruffle if you're doing that. So remember, we haven't gathered this yet. That step will come a little bit later. So first I'm going to tackle our double strap version because that one does not have the ruffle. So we'll knock that out first. Take my label off. And we're going to match up our center points. And remember, the right side of the binding goes to the wrong side of the bodice. So I'll turn it inside out. Pin it in place. Match up our edges. And then we'll go ahead and attach with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Then press the seam allowance and binding up. Press the other side down to the middle to meet. And then fold in half again. You're basically just refolding your binding. When you get to where the straps overlap, you are going to tuck the back strap in just a little bit so it doesn't cover the whole thing. Let me clip it and I'll show you. But you can see this little bit here is going to overlap. So we tuck that edge in. Clip it. And then it'll overlap right just above that clip. So you can see just right there it overlaps. And then we'll go ahead and clip the other end of the strap. Gosh, it does not want to stay. Going to need another clip. There we go. I know that's going to bug some of you because my stripes are not matched up perfectly, but sorry. So my sewing room is almost completely packed up since we're getting ready to move. So it's so loud it could go in here. So hopefully by the fall we'll have no more echoes because I'll be in my new place. And actually, my daughter is supposed to go to school in the fall, so maybe we can do some live sew-alongs. Right now I do them while I record the videos mostly while she's asleep, because otherwise she likes to come in and join the videos. The other day I was trying to record one while she was awake, just to see if I could get it done. As she came in and started singing Jingle Bells in the background. So we may just have to wait until she's in school, but I usually shoot them early in the morning or well after bedtime. Except even then I'm not always safe, because sometimes the dogs come in, and my sewing room has wood floors, so you can hear their nails and they're prancing in the background. It's kind of funny. Okay, so we're all clipped. I'm ready to edge stitch. If you did the bodice ruffle, make sure that you've tucked your bodice ruffle into both bindings. So it should be tucked in here, and it should also be tucked into the front neckline binding. So the only edge you should see is the bottom raw edge. Front neckline is done, and we are ready to do the other bodice. This one will be a little bit more time consuming since we have to do our ruffle too. Match up your center points. Remember, right side of binding goes to the wrong side of the bodice. Match up your bodice points. And then you want to measure 2 inches from the edges of your binding. So I'm just going to use my hem gauge and quickly measure and mark 2 inches. And that will be where our ruffle stops. So before we attach the ruffle, we're going to attach the binding with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. And put your clip back or a pin back at your center point. Take your ruffle, find your center point on your ruffle, which you should have marked day 1 is when we marked them. And you are going to put the wrong side of the ruffle to the right side of the binding. So we've turned it around here. And we're going to match up the right side of the binding to the wrong side of the ruffle. So you can see I've clipped it there to the center, and I have ruffle, binding folded up, and then bodice. And then take your curved edge and match up the edge here to the mark we made at 2 inches. Just like that. And do the same for the other side. And then we're going to pull our bobbin threads together, and we'll gather in between there. So we'll gather to fit. Make sure you pull gently. I've pulled out more gathering stitches than I care to mention. It's easy to do. Sometimes you just get a little overzealous. Not quite there yet. I'll check this. I need to spread it out a little bit more. I actually have gathered too much now. I'm going to go ahead and start clipping. I have to get some spray starch or something because this fabric wants to roll right on up. So that side is all done. You can kind of see it. It's hard to hold it upright with all these heavy clips on, but. And now we will gather the other side. So again, you pull your bobbin threads, making sure to pull them gently so you don't accidentally yank them out. be more difficult. I don't know why. It's the same thread and the same fabric. So I'm going to gather enough. I just need to spread it out now. Even up my ruffles here. And then we'll baste this on, and then we will finish up our front neckline. And we'll refold that binding up. See, the binding's not so bad. And it does look really pretty. Definitely more time consuming, but I think the end result is worth it. I feel the same way about this ruffle. It could have already been done, but the ruffles are so fun. So I have both sides attached with clips, and we will go ahead and attach that with a basting stitch. At this point, we're going to refold our binding and make sure you get the edges of the ruffle in here. Above all of my gathering stitches, just to help reduce some of this bulk. I'm not cutting off any of the stitches, I'm just trimming about, I would say it's even less than 1/8 of an inch. So just a tiny bit to get rid of a little bit of bulk. But I'm not trimming past where the ruffle is, and I didn't trim off any stitches. So if you decide to do the same, make sure that you leave your stitches intact and that you don't go past the ruffle. Now we can go ahead and refold our binding. Make sure you get the ruffle edges tucked in. Okay, I'm all clipped up. And we'll go ahead and edge stitch. After we remove our basting stitches, we will be all done with day 4, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for day 5.